Vorzun. Where do we have him?
Oh boy. I have no idea actually. I have no idea how bad spells are going to be.
Very bad. I'm just putting out there, very bad.
Presumably, yeah. I imagine Vorzun's terrible here.
You can maybe do cloak
Dude, is
walls and
Vorzun
stuff.
terrible here?
I'll let you know when after you assess her.
That's
Well,
mean.
cloak walls aren't going to do anything against cloak walls aren't going to do anything against special infested as far as I can tell.
Oh well. I'm thinking that
I mean, at least P3 has the time stop that sends a giant swarm of Dark Templars, so you have inevitability there. I think that I think that spells are going to cause you considerable health issues.
sure. So letter.
That is my assumption.
Letter.
I refuse to give a letter.
How about you, Tutu?
Okay. I just checked my run. I did this in one try. One shot.
So S tier.
Not that good. But the usual, like, it has to be P3 though. If you're not P3, it's not gonna be as good. But the cloak walls, you just if they're I picked Hunterling Spotter. So Hunterlings are kind of free because they just run into your cannons. But if it's a choker, you can gang up on it with Shadow Guards.
Guard.
Like you just gang up on it.
So you have to pick the AI here, or the special infested.
No, not really. Like especially if you have help, then it's just even less of trouble. It's even less trouble. But like without I saw a run against Hunterling chokers and it was fine. I picked Hunterling Spotter, and then spotters, you just shoo them away with lots of Corsairs.
Shoo 'em away.
And yeah,
Get.
A lot of my DTs were red, but like they were still fighting, and the special infested, because they couldn't see my cannons, they just died. And yeah, they casted spells and I pull away. Sometimes I remember to pull away the irradiated Dark Templar, sometimes I don't. And then every time there's a time stop, I will time stop to kill the stank, and then the shadow guards from the time stop will clear an entire area.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I put Vorzun in A.
Is that race dependent at all?
The enemy?
Yeah, the enemy.
I would imagine Protoss Zerg would be the same. Against Zerg, you want to send Corsairs to kill off the Vipers. Well, you don't have to actually, because you just when you time stop at night to clear an area, you send like a few air units to get to that place, and then send them back home right after you activate time stop. Against Terran, you just have oracles at home. You have a few oracles at home, and then if a ghost comes, you press C and then you shoot it down.
That's like a lot of get good. Can you detail? Can you detail your defense at night one? Because what I do is I normally F2 and A move, so all the oracles will die. I guarantee it. But that's beside the point. How do you defend on night one?
Cloak wall. So the gateway is like 2 units left of the left gas, so it's far away enough that like, because if your gateway is hugging gateway hugs the gas, the infested will cast spells like towards your probes.
Ah, that's true.
So you put it like the gateway a little bit further out, and then gateway, cybernetics core, and forge are the front, and then so you can imagine like the circle, right? And then the Twilight Council and Stargate will start going up the circle, and then behind them you put a few cannons.
So it's like a semicircle.
You have a semicircle in the first night, and then by the second night you have a second dark pylon, and your full circle will be complete with a fleet beacon plus another Stargate plus maybe another gateway or something.
Wait a minute. Where do you
cannons.
put the second pylon?
Somewhere the second dark pylon, like the edge of the circle is at the right ramp, so that it covers the entire area.
Oh, so you're just defending your own base.
Yes. I don't have an ally, so I don't care about them if they die.
So you won't have to worry about.
If you have an ally, like you're still first night you're gonna block off entirely anyways. Second night you'll probably your ally should have something. Like if you defend yourself, they'll go to your ally, right?
I guess. How many nights did you take to beat it with Vorzun?
I beat it in 28 minutes. So
28 minutes. That's like night 5 or something.
Night 4.
Night 4.
And I think it's because I waited to kill the bonus.
So
if I didn't wait to kill the bonus, I would finish by day 4.
So I can hold just fine, even on night 4 against all that infested trickle, and you use time stop to kill off the stanks. How did you kill
I only
off?
fought one stank because it's night 3. So I used the time stop. All my Dark Templar at home gang the stank, and then my Shadow Guards from the time stop cleared an area.
What if you start getting multiple stanks?
Then you black hole them, and you do the same. Like if you play Dead of Night, like if you use your time stops as soon as they're off cooldown, you have one in the day and one at night, pretty much. And you use one during the day just to clear an area, and then at night you use one to stop stanks, and then later on, if there's like another stank, then you black hole the stank and kill that.
If I recall correctly, do you remember Sixbender? What during night 4 onwards, there come multiple stanks, like sometimes 3 or more.
This is correct, but it's like it's not that many until really late nights. There's a couple stanks is the most correct way of putting it.
For Kerrigan,
not like a giant horde of stanks.
For Kerrigan, I remember saying if it goes long. She gets into trouble.
For Vorzun, if it goes long, it's actually not that bad because of P3. If you're not P3, yeah, if it goes long, you have problems. If you are P3, if it goes long, that's fine.
And your army isn't that much affected by power overwhelming?
Because I have a lot of cannons.
Once you reach critical mass, your army shouldn't be too badly affected by power overwhelming. I just thought that the early game was going to be like, well, this is awful.
And the way you do it
was going to be. I thought that the early game was going to be awful, and because the early game was awful, the mid game was going to become awful. That was my expectation.
So the way you do it is
with about 130 supply.
130. That's not even max. So the way you not get issues with power overwhelming is you just use the Shadow Fury micro thing and not attack move into the enemy. Otherwise, you'll get black hole.
No, I just attacked regularly. I didn't micro.
And you didn't get black hole.
I just, like, sometimes I would F2 in one direction and then, that side's all clear, let's F2 in the other direction. And then defending my, like, basically semicircle. And I keep the Corsairs on the right side to kill spotters. But they come from all directions, so then like sometimes I'll patrol some of the Corsairs in the top left side, and then I control the ones on the bottom right to defend my gas.
Yeah, the thing I'm still skeptical about is whether I can trust that if people do that, they will also not get spell spammed with the army, or does the army just tank it? Did the army just tank the spells, or did they just dodge the spells? Again, notably black hole, because that's the primary concern with Vorzun.
See, I got irradiate a lot, and then my Corsairs get irradiate, but Corsairs don't care.
Yeah, Corsairs don't care.
I got hit by a lot of time warps.
Oh yeah, time warps are a bit annoying, but it's easy to micro out of that. Black hole though, that my concern, yeah, black hole, the big concern they have for Vorzun.
I didn't get black hole. Well, if there's a secret missile, I blink.
True, yeah, you can
Secret
just
missile, I
blink.
blink.
True, yes. The
And
thing is,
then
I wonder if you were just lucky with the spell
for the
RNG.
whole game,
Yeah, because did you
maybe.
did that happen to you, Sixbender? That you did not get black hole the entire game? I remember you saying that before.
Yes, that has once happened to me. I'm not entirely certain that this is just him getting lucky, though. To be honest.
Yeah, I'm not certain either. That's why I'm not dismissing it right away. But I'm certainly seeing that other people would see Warzone A tier, they try Warzone and they don't know how to wall or cloak wall, and then their entire army gets black hole spammed repeatedly, and they're like, "Why is this commander an A?"
My biggest concern is that I'm not sure the cloak wall functions if you get the wrong special infested. Simply.
Spooters? You mean spooters or kaboomers?
I mean, spotters, kaboomers, kind of chokers, anything that isn't hunterlings that just basically throw themselves upon the cannons and die.
Yeah. What was your special infested in the first night, Tutu?
Underling.
Ah, then they will just ram themselves into the cannons and die.
Exactly. That's why his cloak wall works. I don't have confidence in cloak wall to work against any special infested. It probably can work against any special infested, but any special infested against other than hunterlings increases the cost and unreliability of it.
If it's not a choker, you're like there are 3 of them, right? There are 3 chokers, 3 spotters, or 3 kaboomers. You would use Shadow Guard on. You don't know. So you would use Shadow Guard 3 minutes, then you would time stop at 4 minutes to kill the first one. If it's not, and then the next ones will come around 6 minutes, and you have another set of Shadow Guards.
Okay. So you use Shadow Guard. What about spooters though?
If it's spotters, you have
Yeah.
cannons.
Spotters don't get into cannon range, though, is the problem. Spotters will just sit back at like just close enough to see you, but far enough to not be hit by you.
Yeah. That's why that's why I'm more skeptical, because putting Warzone as high as A, especially when it's not very A heavy this week.
I'm okay putting her in B. I don't trust that this works that consistently.
Yeah, especially when you defend specifically your own base. If your ally loses all his buildings, you still lose.
I think I think
AFK.
Now,
No,
I think you can defend. I think you can defend your ally just fine later, because I really think, like, I really honestly believe, CG, you're worrying too much about the late game of Warzone. You shouldn't. She's fine there. It's just the fact that, like, she needs to be able to cheaply and efficiently defend the early game so that she can actually build an army. And assuming you don't get spotters, you should be able to do that with Cloak Wall.
you used Black Hole Mastery, right, Tutu?
No, Dark Pylon.
There we
Obviously.
go. There we go. All right.
Obviously, use Dark Pylon.
Oh wait,
Mastery.
you trying to cloak wall without Dark Pylon Mastery?
How does that even work?
No, I did try it. I was just thinking, because for mutations, whenever it goes Warzone, I usually go for Black Hole Mastery, because you want to keep the enemy in place for longer. But yeah,
Yes,
I normally
This one,
default
you know
to
what you're
Dark
getting
Pylon.
into.
Yeah, I normally default to Dark Pylon Mastery because I like big, cloaky walls. Anyway. Okay. So, are we A or Bing her? Without Prestige, she's definitely below B, right? Without Prestige.
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
worse.
definitely.
Okay, so with Prestige, specifically Keeper of Shadows, what Prestige does she get? Or what tier? What tier? I'm an idiot. 10:26 p.m. It's not my fault. Yeah. What tier? A or B? So we're basically saying between A or B.
She doesn't feel to the level of Karax or Sukov, I don't think.
Same. I think I'm more comfortable putting Vorzun in B, but I might not be. I might not be entirely fair to Vorzun because I haven't tried her. So, Tutu tried her and he said A. I haven't tried her, so I don't know whether my own gut feel is fair to Vorzun. So it's up to you, Stick Bender.
I feel like it's like we're talking about how Vorzun has like such an easy early game when it's actually relatively complex, whereas we're talking about how Abathur has such a difficult early game and Tutu managed it with P3 Abathur.
Calm down. The Brutalist was like crying for help, bleeding to death by the end of first night, but you made it.
But that was P3.
Yeah. So now that we mentioned it, aren't we being unfair to Abathur? Because if we use a different prestige, you might have had.
I'm good with Abathur. That's why.
Yeah, you know how to do it with Vorzun. That's why. That's my point.
Okay.
So B.
Okay. So basically, if we do argue for Vorzun A tier, I would argue for an Abathur promotion.
That's fair. That's actually fair.
If you want Vorzun in B, I compared to whoever's there, I would agree that Vorzun, there's a chance the wall doesn't work, whereas A doesn't. The A's like they don't care.
Yeah.
The current A's.
Yes. All right. I'm glad we came to an agreement. All right. Let's put Vorzun here.